Bored? What do you want? Adios, patient.
The teenage boy nods hesitantly as you approach.
Yeah, maybe somebody can put it back in. Right, don't do anything weird with it, yeah?
Small white flowers have opened up at the touch of a sunbeam. Tight buds unfurling. Pale, fragile things. A delicate fragrance rises from the bush. Jasmine. You breathe in jasmine and cold air, soft and thin as hope. When you were quite small, there was a jasmine plant that trailed over the neighbor's fence. Knowing they could be made into tea, you took a flower and popped it into your mouth one autumn morning. You blink. An hour has passed. The sunbeam is passing too.
I'll print. Nothing, I'm afraid. I'll be here if you require anything.
You return to your double's limp body. Your double is in... You return to your double's limp body. Your double is indifferent to the world. The store has been left unattended. A haphazard arrangement of paperbacks and hardcovers that have seen better days. A handwritten sign teeters on top of one of the stacks of books. Books 10 sol. Magazines 5 sol. Place money in the box. Viva la comunidad. Relic of the district's more communitarian heritage. A few scrawled tags separate the various teetering piles into vague sections. By far the largest collection, you see a wild range of material, from an anti-aging guide to a series of books all by the same author, Vitor Kampf. A prominent Lusian philosopher whose works have occasionally crossed over into international interest. Doesn't seem familiar. He gazes back at you from the cover, darkly handsome in glossy black and white, with the far-off look of an old film star. Underneath it is stated, the philosophical bad boy for our times. You'd be surprised. There are some shocking cases of plagiarism out there. By far the largest collection, you see a wild range of material. From you flick past the foreword, written by a prominent plastic surgeon, and into the table of contents. Soy and you, smoking, the real enemy. Are the injections failing, or is it stress? Why you should drink more water. But what does Mother think? Absolutely not. Even by the most generous medical recommendations. Nothing to that effect is written here. Instead, backed with a ton of evidence, the book simply states that smoking gives you wrinkles. The book doesn't seem to think that's the case. In fact, it declares war on aging, as if it is something that could actually be beaten if you adopt the right habits. The large collection of self-help books almost seems to reach out to you, begging to be useful. You flip through the stack of slim, staple-bound periodicals, faded fashion catalogues 6 years out of date, softcore adult mags, a gun magazine, and a lot more. You do the honest thing. Nothing changes in the world. One cover catches your eyes. It depicts a leather-clad man, looking intensely grim with a large sword on his back. A label warns of ultra-violent content. The Hombre, Volume 5, Issue 8. You've seen that name before, browsing at the newsstand while Tempo badgered and bartered over cigarettes. And promises are dangerous, the cover suggests. Blood-slicked affairs ending in exit wounds, their payment often taken in spinal columns. You slip it back onto the shelf between the other magazines. The more recent issues focus on the emergent Lusian styles. The oldest among them feature Portaferan clothes, local-made textiles from the famous silk factories. Most magazines tend to be, especially those that people donate to a project like this one. A shelf of scuffed books are united by their preference for black and apocalyptic reds. On their spines, a series of grandiose words large enough to fill the universe. Two of the titles stand out to you above the others. Light March of the Chosen and Greed in the Inner Zone. Pulpy space opera, not at its finest. The characters are heavily stereotypical, the plot is erratic, and there are spelling errors on nearly every page. A bunch of religious cultists travel through outer space in search of what they believe to be their god, but end up being swallowed by a planet. No, it turns out the planet is their god. They end up inside the belly of paradise and live there forever. According to the back of the book, there are more than 3 million copies in print. Despite its dull cover, it seems to be an outright attack on the current state of reality, realized as an adventure through a futuristic city that thrives on depravity. A notorious Lusian novelist and heroin addict. After her work attracted the attention of the Ministry of Mass Culture, Barseed was forced to flee for the relative protection of the Eastern Republics. The author photo shows her sat on a disheveled bed, about to jab a needle into her arm, biting a tourniquet wrapped tightly around the target limb. Between all the gay sex, violence, and drug-taking, there's a serious point about how we're being held back by the unfettered impulses of the ruling class. It's not much different to a modern-day city, except the laws are much more lax, and what would be considered immoral now has become fairly normal. None, so far as you can tell. It's just episodic atrocities and gratuitous acts of obscenity. If anything, he would object to labeling it fiction. The book resumes its place among the others, its degenerate content perfectly camouflaged. Hundreds of printed materials, well used, slumber before you. Depends on how much you enjoy predictable pursuits of serial killers, variably through occult forests and the urban stage. Unfortunately, the stall's offerings look pretty bare. Nothing catches your eye. You turn away from the piles of books.
Drift away, Stardust. I'm a second-hand dream dealer, but I'm the only dream you got. Are you being serious? You don't know Ultravioleta? Is that outfit your middle-aged history teacher costume? Don't be mean. We're representing the Ultras right now. It's not her fault she looks that way. This is what we call fan shifting. We become Ultravioleta, and we sing her songs as an act of faith and love. Yeah, we're fan shifting right now. Not surprised you've never heard of it. We like to do it together. It's fun to make the costume. And it's nice to sing to the world when it listens. Thanks. Obviously. We're not pretending. Why can old people not wrap their heads around it? Ugh, like that guy with the weird headphones the other day. No, maybe? I couldn't tell. He was so weird. He came up to us out of nowhere and said, in some territories, impersonating the monarch is a crime punishable by death. Death. He wasn't. You didn't see his face. It was like he wanted us to die. Oh, maybe that's why Ultraviolet has been missing all this time. Maybe the weird headphones guy kidnapped her, and he's keeping her songs all for himself. Not weird, scary. He was obsessed, like obsessed. No way. But he looked so old. Wait, no, actually that's so chic. That fits. It's unreal. Like, almost the exact embodiment of the moon glow spirit. Weren't we just talking about that? Kidnapped for sure.
It's romantic, obviously. Weak. How do you know we are in Ultravioleta? Lame. I'd have eaten them. Ultras are ultra fans of Ultravioleta. It's a lifestyle commitment. Some of us have even died for this.
Respect for the martyred ultras. All right.
Mass suicide. So chic. They didn't even have to plan. They just heard the lyrics and knew. It was time to jump off the balcony of their parents' apartment building.
We live on the ground floor. I'd have to, like, slit my throat or something. Messy.
Nah. It was just one live performance on the radio a few years ago. Lucky bitches.
Yeah?
We are both Moonglow.
Equally, Moonglow.
She recorded Glass Meadow when she had a 39-degree fever. Her favorite month is Tritos. She's allergic to strawberries.
I know her real name.
No, you don't. Stop telling people that. That's a theory, not a fact.
I can't say. That's Violetta's secret. I'd never betray her confidence. It came to me when I was listening to El Lugar Donde Nací, right after the second verse, when the mellotron beat kicks in. I just heard her telling me.
That is so moronic. You did not.
It would be wrong. Yeah, there are some good ones. Nobody's on the same level as UV, obviously. But Kyla Roja is cool, Bianca Cruz Blanca. Dia Domino would be sexy, but she got a boyfriend, so Mimi Serafina's pretty okay for an old lady.
Luz is literally the only place making good music anymore. It's Sonido Futuro.
There's a stall at the bazaar. The originals get smuggled in, and then somebody here in PF is converting them.
You'll have to nick them though. Unless you want to sit through a lecture from the old perv who runs it.
In the old cinema. Last time we bought an album, Petra told us to go straight there for any new releases, so he wouldn't have to pierce his eardrums with a needle.
I say let him fucking do it. He's all talk. What? You want to talk about the weather? Ugh. Sure.
Hey, Stardust, you just keep blowing back. Oh shit, that's totally something she'd do. No, he wouldn't let her. He loves her. Maybe even more than we do. He said he'd seen her live.
We've never seen her live. We've never seen her live, and now she's going to bite off her tongue?
Okay. He had a little mustache and a beige trench coat with weird lining. But we didn't see where he went. He could be anywhere.
We need to make an offering to Polaris. For UV. Why do you have that? How did you get that? That's secret UV lore, not for someone like you. You need it. You deserve it. Look at your hair.
She's harsh, but if she weren't a little horrible to you, then you might never know. So, it's a kindness, really. Yeah?
What? You want to talk about the weather? Ugh.
Yeah? That's the saddest thing I've ever heard. And I heard the 91 recording of Stardust, the concert where the whole crowd cried so hard they vomited.
I hear the ground over there still smells like stomach acid to this day. What? You want to talk about the weather? Ugh. Sure.
You pick up the payphone's handset. A dolphin emblem smiles at you, its eyes wide. The dolphin's playful gaze remains fixed on you. Your gaze wanders away. The dolphin doesn't seem to mind at all. You can almost feel the texture of its wet, rubbery skin. Soft, smooth. 1, 2, and then you let the dolphin be. You step away from the payphone. You pick up the payphone's handset. A dolphin emblem smiles at you, its eyes wide. You do not yet have the number of anyone else in this city. It's certainly possible, though any benefit to doing so is unclear. Don't start wasting your time with prank calls, Operant. There is only one. Melita, your controller. The number is a lifeline to you, always there when you need it. The Reno Tail Dolphin eyes you expectantly. You tap out some numbers devoid of reason or thought. Surprisingly, the phone starts ringing immediately. Your breathing is amplified by the transmitter held at your mouth. A clunk. You hear the ambience of another room. An exhale. Then something wet being chewed on over and over. Another exhale. The chewing continues. No words. The person on the other end just keeps chewing. In the background, the creak of wood. An aging door used only by the wind. They don't answer. If they have the ability to speak, they choose not to use it. Suddenly, the line goes dead. They hung up. The receiver clicks back into place. The Reno Tail Dolphin eyes you expectantly. The phone rings in your ear, connecting you distantly to some unknown place. Wires travel from your ear to a million possibilities across Portofino, further. A skein of electric devout in its connectivity. No one picks up your call. The ringing continues in your ear until it doesn't.
Hello and welcome to the reality situation. Before we begin, I just need to check. Is your line secure?
Fuck.
That's a joke, obviously. No line is secure. Your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, are not secure. Consciousness itself is tapped. The call is coming from inside the house. Now, what aspect of the situation did you want to ask about? Salute.
The receiver clicks back into place. The Reno-tail dolphin eyes you expectantly. The phone rings as you stand in wait. You place the receiver back. You step away. The tiles of this plaza seem to radiate outwards from the strange tree at its center, unlike any other you've seen in this city. Time passes, but you take no note of it. No one takes note of you either. To wide a key sock, you're simply a middle-aged woman staring at a tree. Nothing much happens. You leave the mysterious tree to its business. You find yourself before the strange tree once more. This is Ginkgo lucifera, an old Lusian ginkgo, planted widely during the expansion of the old Illuminated Empire. The exact reason escapes you at the moment. Suffice to say, wherever you see one, it means that place once belonged to Leluz. Yes, and you're still just an ape, and not even a particularly distinguished example. Yes, and you're still... You leave the old... You're confronted by a striking image in bold red and black. A woman perched on a sofa in a simply furnished apartment. A handgun lies across her lap. On the table next to her, a beverage in an appealing slim can. In white text, contrasted against the black shadows, the words, "Safe house is anywhere." This woman is being paid to convince you it is. It's nothing like the ones they have back in the People's Republics. Effa Red and Black Special Edition. The can is adorned with a handful of coffee beans, a sugar cane, and a splash of cream. There is no other identifier. She knows you're watching. The shutter's release captured the moment she was thinking about you. The future. The onlooker. Forever. She knows that you see her. The young, capable, pretty, yet also shy and approachable classmate you imagined in your dreams. Your hand touches hers unexpectedly during small arms training at the opera's greenhouse. She blushes. The words begin to blur before your eyes. Your eyes snap back into focus. The woman, the gun, the appealing can are all as they were. Around you, the sounds of Party Alley resume. Wait, don't leave her. Take her home with you. Yes, she belongs on that big blank wall next to your bed. Dried flakes of paste drift to the pavement as you peel the advert from the wall and roll it up. Peeling wallpaper hangs above your bed, uninspiring. Faded patterns, a great void of expression. A shadow from a passing aero tram crosses the wall momentarily. The woman and her coffee watch over you, mysterious, knowing. You step back and survey your decorative efforts so far. Paper on paper, dwarfed by the enormity of the void that surrounds it. You've been starved of art, of color, of life for 5 years. It's more than nice. A sense of composure brittles through you, strengthening your resolve. The wall feels less dreary as you turn away from it. There for coffee late. Watchful eyes, a part of you left behind, shining. The red and black special editions are lined up behind the sheet of glass. So close, yet so distant. And possibly every round.
I don't know how you managed to kick the hugger off the phone, but believe me when I say, we're in your debt.
As he addresses you, the gazes of his two table mates veer towards you, like cataractic headlights.
Miserable bastard. Hadn't let go of that receiver for a week. But never mind him. What about you? You're a long way from Marcia.
What happened, Sugar Tits? You get lost? Or are you just looking for company?
Kill this lecherous geriatric.
Ah, come on. It's just a term of endearment.
Do it anyway. I would pay to see that. Would you pay to see that, Joe? Animals! That's how it is with most pilots, though. At the very least, we owe you a drink for getting rid of that phone hugger. Here.
The old man shrugs and drinks it himself.
We're all strangers on this island, Marcia. Why don't you join us?
Just another foreign money, man. City's been full of them lately.
Stuck-up little shit. Strolled in one evening, couple of nights back, picked up the phone and hasn't let go of it since.
That was a growl, not an attempt to speak. He would be making the same noise if he could talk.
We all want our turn, Sugar. Even you. We saw you over there, getting your kicks in. He's here every damn day. Stays on the line for hours. Doesn't care one bit if anyone else has had a turn or not. Only shuffles off once the sun sets. What are we going to do? Fight him? Even if somebody pummeled him half to death, he'd feel nothing. He's an empty suit. Not even the decency to be sad. Let him rot in wealth.
He's not rich, Slava. He just works for rich people. Ignore them, Mercier. They have no idea how money works. Ex-pilots. Does Joe there look like he could get anything up, let alone a plane? Loud Joe. He doesn't talk much. I'm Pigeon. That's Slava over there.
Slava used to be the name of a fishing port company out of the north. My main cargo for a while. Packages stunk to high hell.
Guess.
A dirty little city bird. A winged rat.
Sure, why not?
Man's got no compass. Him couldn't make it to the payphone without using radar.
Joke's on you all anyway. I never minded pigeons. Tough little fuckers.
I did clockwork freight. Perishable goods, fruits, marrow fish. Whatever spoils quick.
Military. Oh, he can speak. Just not a whole lot of sound comes out. Question of vocal cords. Loudjaw was what they call a lamprey. People smuggler. Legally, yes, but all his cargo were there voluntarily. Desperate, in fact. Zhao ran low-altitude missions in and out of the territories for, what, 10 years?
Territories meaning, in this case, the Losers Island states. Briefly independent, now re-annexed.
Call them whatever you want. They wanted out.
Officially, we're Lusian.
We're exiles. The reunion came for us. We came here.
The Reunion, the Losers' grand annexation campaign. Slow, legal, often bloody. A creeping tide reclaiming every few years one more of their old colonies.
If it is, I won't be around to see it. Liver's on its way out. Cancer will get me before the illusions do. Working on it. Cheers. Anyway, you're the foreigner here, monsieur, so you tell us. The Lucians. Think they'll be here anytime soon?
Hear that? Smart and good looking.
Either way, that's for you lot to worry about. I'm out the door.
The pilots exchange a look in silence.
Tell you what, monsieur. You grease my gullet. I'll tell you some fucked up stories.
You know what he means, but you can't help it. An apple-sized dollop of lard melts between hand and chest as you massage grey tufted folds of old skin.
I flew from Tariska, small coastal town northeast of St. Alwyn proper. Was seeing a woman there. Ripped to Vortex E6 right off the tarmac. Lucian variant in this case, controls near illegible. Couple of days in, they started quelling the uprisings, and I'd heard enough about these things to how it was about to go down. So I hijacked her, right from the hangar. Didn't even fully remove the top.
They were going to make an example out of that city. Well, they did.
Steep climb, almost flamed out on the way up, but I rolled her clean over behind me. The city sprawled like veins in marble. Beautiful. Luz scrambled 3 fighters, mainlanders, not locals. They didn't know the territory like I did. They tried to box me over the Viren Canyon, but I pulled a snap roll and kissed the ridges by a hair. Left them twisting in their own contrails. Soon it was just me and the ocean. And then, the light came. Burying bombs. Soft. Colorless at first. Then green and violet. Waves all over the shoreline and colors I didn't know existed. Swirling like oil in water. Those bombs don't leave ruins, you know. Not even craters. Just smooth flatlands covered in fine grey dust. Aye, well here I am.
You want more stories like that, sweet cheeks? We're full of them.
The stories affect them as much as any listener. They reopen the wound with every telling.
Well, I still have my tenantry passport. Stamped on arm. Could fly back any day. Oh, sure. And end up like Joe here? Or worse?
He spreads his mouth open in a vast, unpleasant grin. A joke in poor taste. A stamped passport for a country that no longer exists.
Wish I could say the same, sweet lips.
He nods gruffly.
Wish I could say the same, sweet lips. It's got a couple things to recommend it, eh?
It's a bit shit, but it's fine.
You picture the words in bold on the cover of the world's least enthusiastic travel brochure.
Oh, you know, got some real friendly locals. Skilled, too.
You'd be happy to live on a trash heap as long as you got to keep your phone sex, wouldn't you?
He means the Miracle Line. They're regulars. All of them.
Wish I could say the same, sweet lips. Please, sugar. We can't deal with any more competition. The money man has us down to quickies.
Will you look at that?
Now where did a sweet thing like you pick that up? What a way to go, eh? I've saved some recordings of Duchess too, to use privately, you know.
To answer your question, you used to see a few of these floating around, but not for years. Figure it was from before that phone was permanently hooked up. It's always connected, that's what. No dialing, no choice to call anyone else. You pick up that phone over there, done. She's there.
Duchess. There isn't one. You call, Duchess answers. Simple, beautiful.
It's not just that, though. Whatever you like, whatever happens to be a thing, she has a way of finding it. People just open up to her.
A tremendous honeypot, in other words, waiting to be tapped.
Why does everything have to be about money these days?
Mild generalized discomfort. You have pointed out the elephant in the room.
The pleasure of our company.
If it is about money, it's not in any way that concerns us. Line's been free for as long as anyone can remember.
We know, sugar. We were watching you there. How was it? Seeing stars already?
Maybe professional, maybe it just comes naturally to her.
I got nothing to hide. Can't speak for Pigeon, though.
Pigeon rolls his eyes and feigns indifference.
I used to ask for some kinky stuff, but it's not like that anymore. Duchess and I are friends now. Talk to a person for long enough, it's inevitable you end up becoming close. Provided, of course, you don't spend all that time asking her to make animal noises. In fact, regarding Duchess, I have a favor I need someone to do for me. You don't think you could help me out, do you? I bought a gift for Duchess's kids some time ago, but I haven't been able to track myself all the way up there. Can you give it to her for me? Thank you, Marcia. Honestly, I'm just sad I can't take it myself. Wait a minute. Here. Tell them, Grandpa Sam sent it. Remember that. Ah, it's just an inside joke we have going. A pet name, if you will. You know the housing campaign? Northwest from Party Alley. She's got a houseboat in the canal up there. Should be one of the only ones in the area. Thank you, Marcia. We'll be here.
Some sort of novelty merchandise. The wall figurine atop the cup is cartoonish. A style you've never seen before.